Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and this is going to be episode number 50. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the 2016 Brampton Cup, which took place at the Brampton Sports Center, February 6th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Sorry about the buzz. That's a notification on the camera going off. It was a great tournament. This is the last day of the tournament, Sunday. Everything has been completed, including my fighter has already fought as well. It was an awesome tournament. There's my band from the great event. And the one thing I want to say about the 2016 Brampton Cup, which was probably the largest amateur tournament in the province, which will probably only be rivaled by the Golden Gloves this year. It had a great turnout because it was international. There was a big team from Ireland that was there. There was teams from Calgary, Quebec, and I'm sure a couple other provinces that I didn't know about. How come I didn't know? No press release, but I think that it was a great event. It was organized really well, and there was a couple of vendors there, and it looked like the vendors did extremely well. It was a good tournament. You know, there's a lot of good things that I could say, and, you know, I don't really want to be too much of a critiquer, but if there was something that I felt maybe unfortunate about was that there wasn't as many clubs that were there. I think that it would have been great if Boxing Ontario and the OBA could have come together for this particular tournament or any of their tournaments, and also sometimes when clubs don't have competitors in a particular tournament, sometimes they don't show up. And I think that that the club should always just come out and support anyways. I know it's sometimes financially not difficult to do so, sorry, but I think that if financially you're able to do it, and maybe there should be some kind of subsidy for the existing clubs that are just coming out to support with no competitors, it would be great, number one, for the atmosphere, because over the weekend you saw a lot of boxing, I would say maybe alumni, retired fighters. A lot of them own gyms, and sometimes when you see people every day, you kind of take them for granted. Great fighters like Brian Mackey, who's given us a lot of fantastic local fights. You know, Fitz Vanderpool, you know, a guy that's won a WBF world title, numerous other kind of titles was there. Troy Ross, two-time Olympian, was there. Adam Trupish, who was another former two-time Olympian. And the list goes on and on. The number of fighters that were there in attendance that either were taking it in to just watch and enjoy, or have their clubs and they were bringing their fighters down. So anytime people can come down, it's always a good experience, and the boxing community is a good family despite some of the politics. The 2016 Brampton Cup, it's a very popular tournament, and it's a tournament where people know that they're going to get fights. So to the organizers, Bramley Boxing Club, they did a fantastic job, and it's always good to see tournaments, a good turnout at tournaments. And I know it's a lot of work because I hosted the Golden Gloves last year. There is going to be a few tournaments coming up this year. You may not see them advertised on the Below the Belt page or in my magazine, because that's just the business side of me. But if you see them, if you see the tournaments that are listed and you have the time to go check them out, I always think it's a great idea for fighters, especially if they're not competing, to go to as many boxing shows as possible, because you're going to be able to watch people in your weight class. You're going to learn. You're going to see who does things well, who doesn't, and there's always learning to be done. Plus, we should be supporting our sport. 2016 Brampton Cup, it was a great job. And that's it for episode number 50. Remember, you can ask us questions anytime on anything. If you want us to go in depth on anything, ask us any questions through Twitter at DOKPOSIO, or through Hotmail, okposio@hotmail.com. And remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel for the DO Boxing Show. That's the Dameon Okposio YouTube channel. One last thing before we sign out here. Don't forget we have episode number 37 where we have our first contest, and that is still going on, so you're still eligible. We mail you out all that fantastic equipment that you're gonna win if you can answer the question that's in that episode, plus sending us the information and tagging us in it. So all the information is on episode number 37. Check it out, of the DO Boxing Show. And we thank you again for tuning in for another episode of our show. Okay. We'll see you on the next one.